Alrighty guys, we're getting into the second best of 3 between what's the Panda one? Panda Police and Saving Private Mo. Saving Private Mo has come up from the losers bracket and they are doing pretty darn well. They 2-1'd the enemy team. Enemy team only taking the first set. Rengar, Jace, Ezreal have been pretty consistent bans across the board so far. Wouldn't be surprised to see any more consistent ones like Alistar, Malphite, the ones that we have been seeing so far. And then of course you want to make sure to get that Shen ban, or even just let someone pick it. I guess it kind of depends on what you want to do as a team, because that's what this is exactly about. This is about teams playing versus teams. These are not just, these are not solo queue or duo queue games. These are teams who are men, manly men, and some women actually. Some manly women, or even feminine women, or just women. Could also be some feminine men. I'm not going to discount that. All sorts of people from all sorts of different places and whatnot. What the next band for Young's going to be. I'd be very shocked to see it not be Malphite. Well, of course, maybe they'll leave it open. Maybe. They card this band. Oh, wow. So leave Malphite open. Now the blue team can feel free to pick up that if they decide they want to do that. Of course, they might not have a team comp, set up for playing Malphite, but I mean, he's almost one of those champions. They do not pick Malphite. They instead are on Yasona. Yes, they picked Yasona. This could be pretty dangerous if they do give the purple team Malphite. I don't know if they'll take it though, because while he is pretty strong, he kind of I know there are champions who can play versus him, especially champions that are like reverse engagers almost. So like, let's say Malphite would ult in and then Sona would ult, right? Because all these people are coming in, Sona ults, freezes them all in place. That Malphite ult is just Malphite hopping into like 5 individuals and taking a lot of damage. Not exactly the smartest thing. We're just gonna have to see what they decide to pick. I don't want to, try to imagine that I'm picking for them or something. I want to see what they're going and how they're going to do it. I'm also going to try and finish my Red Bull as best as possible so I can be awake for this best of 3. So I can sound as excited as I want to sound. Ooh! Shifter. Perhaps picking up that time. Young, what you getting, buddy? Corky. Okay, so they're going to leave Malphite. Canadian is going to pick up Luna. Maybe. We're going to see what they decide to do. Okay, so they're solid gentlemen. Seems like it's a little between those two, Luna and Malphite. If they get either of them, you're going to have a good time. Let's see. I mean, Canadian's been showing his strengths, really. Like this Luna. Very aggressive, very tanky, and just very, very happy. It's a happy little, happy little snow goblin. I don't think it is actually a snow goblin. Vintage staring at Kennen. The cool thing I think about Vladimir and Kennen are that they can both be played top or mid. Most of the time I'm going to see Kennen top, I think, Vladimir top. It's kind of interesting. We're going to see what they decide to do. TikTok of the clock picking up that Shabbat. Lonnie picking up Gianna. So we're going to see Gianna Corkin versus Sona something. We can have Sona Graves. We can have Sona Sivir. We can have Sona Caitlyn. We can have Sona. We have just another Sona lady carry. It's all possibilities. Not really, actually. Not that big of a possibility. But Lonnie looks to be locking in that Janna. The really cool thing, I think, though, is that TikTok did not even hesitate. He went straight for that Shyvana. I think that's because Shyvana is a very good engager, and she also has the ability to knock Kennen out of that area a little bit, and also interrupt the new ultimate. Can also, of course, go for very solid ganks and whatnot. Very strong champion. Esquire picking up Graves, perhaps for Mr. Samuel, who has been playing that AD carry role. And Agent S. Wonder what he's going to play. Probably not Fiddlesticks. Let us see what he decides to finish picking. That's kind of scary. That Morgana pick's pretty darn scary. Especially coupled with the... Oh, so much... Everyone on their team has AoE. Everyone. Graves with his buckshot collateral damage. Sona with her ultimate. Kennen with his ultimate. Nunu with his ultimate. And Morgana with her ultimate. Oh, the AoE power is ridiculous from this team. I really... This is gonna be a scary game, I think. I think the blue team is going to be able to do some stuff. I'll make the purple team say, oh no, you're doing stuff to us. Ooh. Looks like you might have Aurelia versus Kennen. Might have that indeed. I think that'd be a really interesting lane. I'm actually unsure who wins that one. We'll have to see once we get in game, of course. If they do choose Irelia, they still have 33 seconds, 32, 31 to choose whoever they want to choose, to be whoever they want to be. They're joining the Marines. I think that's like the slogan of the Marines, isn't it? Be who you want to be, or is that the Army? One of those two. Marines or the Army. Someone, somehow, wants to be who they want to be in the Army. Be who you want to be with guns, basically. Yes. Okay. It seems everyone on the purple team just decided to pick for their own role. No trading going on. Shifter picking that Vladimir. I mean, versus Morgana, that's pretty damn fine, actually. I think Vladimir does excellent versus Morgana. Vladimir maybe doesn't do too well versus Kennen, but, oh, Lee Sin versus Kennen now. Huh. I think that will be an interesting lane to watch. I'm going to want to take a look at that lane. Interesting lanes all around, actually. Vladimir versus Morgana. I think Vladimir is able to keep up the harass and the sustained damage, and also can dodge those pools pretty easily. The only scary thing is that Nunu can still slow you like a beast, and if you're in that pool, you know, you're pretty slow already, so getting double slowed and you're running away, but it's not really working out for you. Oh no, poor Vladimir, you're dead. Which is definitely a possibility, definitely. Okay guys, Shyvana with the exhaust. Why do you want exhaust on someone like Shyvana? Well, as Shyvana, you have a really solid engage already. You don't need to use flash or anything like that. So having that exhaust will allow you to shut down the people you're going to be using your ultimate to get towards. For example, the Graves, if you exhaust him, you're in a pretty decent position. You can just beat on him with your double strike and your burnout and your E and all that kind of cool stuff. But I think burnout is your E. No, maybe it's not. And you can also use that ultimate to engage onto someone like Agent S, Morgana, and then exhaust her, and she can't catch up to the rest of your team to use her ultimate and whatnot. Same thing goes for Esquire, actually. If you exhaust a Kennen, even though he does use his Lightning Rush, he might not be able to get away from you, which is really happy for you. Someone just killed a teammate. That's unfortunate for the teammates. They can't hear that? Oh, they can hear that. No? Okay, cool. Can't hear the background noise. I really like how that happens. Like, I can hear everything, but they can't. That's cool. So I'd be like, oh, is that actually a tiger? And no one would know what I'm talking about. That's not funny. Okay. What other lanes will be interesting, I think? I just think, like, the Graves, Sona versus Corki, Janna will be interesting. I mean, every game it seems like Samuel is doing really well versus Yun. Like, really well. Maybe the last game, not exactly. Like, Yun was ahead there for quite a while until Samuel got like a triple kill or something like that. But we're gonna have to see how this ends up going. Definitely gonna have to see that. Play remaining a minute and 16 seconds, minute blah. So Malphite wasn't banned, but he wasn't picked by anybody. I wonder why that is. Canadian or TikTok maybe just not be too interested in playing, you know, that heavy engage kind of style. Maybe not too afraid of anybody like who else can there be? that Malphite does really well against. I don't know, actually. Like, Malphite is just such a good engager. Like, he makes team fights so awesome, and then he takes all the AD damage unless the AD carry doesn't focus him, which is if you're playing well, obviously you can make the AD carry focus you, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see how these guys end up playing. I really want to see if the same kind of thing happens where we don't see Malphite banned in the second game, because if that happens and we see them like ban Karthus again, ban Ezreal, ban Alistar, and then Rengar, Jason, Shen, and we see that Malphite picked up, I'd love to see some sort of comp built about that. Okay, here we go. Let's get in the game. Anivia, sexy background. Let's see the skins, baby. So, Mafia Graves versus Acolyte Lee Sin, Bloodlord Vladimir, my favorite Vladimir skin, Ice Toboggan Corki, yeah, and Frost Queen Janna. I love that Ice Toboggan Corki, even though I think it's the rarest skin out of them all. Can't really find that one anymore. Rarest skin out of all the Corki skins, that is. It's definitely I think it's a beta skin. Maybe it's a beta skin, I don't know. Either way, it's cool as heck. Love that skin, it's so pretty. It's so Corki. So it looks like we have the red team, which actually won the draw. They decided they wanted to pick last, so they won the draw for that. So they got to play on the right side, which means they get to pick last. They do not get to, or they get to ban last as well. Or no, they get to ban, yeah, they get to ban last. Okay. Looks like they are going for more of the middle protection kind of thing. No kind of silly invade going on. Seems actually Janna getting super far up there. They spot the ward. Okay. Nunu is down there watching that. Oh, Inox gets caught by the binding. It's a little silly. Do not want to get caught by that binding. I mean, Morgana invade is pretty strong, but I guess that's about all they really have. I mean, they have Graves with that burst damage with the buckshot. They also have Nunu with his. I really wouldn't want to go slow first, but they do have the potential for him to come up and auto attack and whatnot. And then they have Sona, who's all, hey, look at me, I'm Sona. I can cast like power chords and stuff on your face. Yun and Lonnie hanging out there in that bush, protecting the blue buff basically. Telling Kennen to go back. Looks like what we're going to see, what I'm assuming we're going to see, is a Shyvana getting leashed by Mr. Vladimir, going to red buff. Pretty much, that's what I'm assuming. One cool thing I'd like to note is that Lee Sin, Vladimir, and Shyvana do not require mana at all. So, I think what we're going to end up seeing is Corki getting all of the blue buffs after a certain point in the game. Obviously, you can't give up your first blue buff as a jungler because it gives you so much experience that it's way too vital. You know, you can't give up that experience because then you're just going to be behind the enemy, especially if it's a champion like Corki who can invade on you really, really hard and steal some of your other stuff. You have to play very, very, I think you have to play very greedy at the beginning. There are some things you might not be able to take. Like, I know on most junglers, you really don't want to try and take your golems early, because that'll just leave you behind. It'll take you a long time to kill them, and you'll probably end up, just end up way too low. So, obviously, Shyvana can take them, because she is just a beast when it comes to taking those minions down. She's going to head Wraiths now. I think maybe we might see a safer Shyvana kind of style going on right now, at least for the early game. Go Wraiths, and then Wolves, and then red buff, or blue buff, you know? Inox versus Esquire. You're going to have to see Inox playing pretty aggressively here in the early area, because you want to be able to catch onto that Esquire. Oh, he did not. He wasn't in range to hit his E, which is his ground slam. Actually, he didn't even want to. He was level 2. He didn't have that. Shifter being very aggressive with his Qs, doing a lot of damage. And there we go. Inox getting stunned. He can jump around a lot, but Esquire can obviously do the same with that Lightning Rush. His auto attacks. Lonnie trying to get a little bit of that harass off, which it's pretty successful, but she's playing Janna, and that bush is warded. uses that shield so she doesn't take too much damage. Inox is actually having a little bit of trouble here versus Kennen, and Esquire, a very strong Kennen player it seems. He has been playing quite well. Last game, same thing. And Corky's actually providing a lot of harass onto Sona, which is kind of strange considering you would think most of it would be going on to someone like the AD carry. But it seems like they're focusing onto Sona because she's just not as strong when it comes to like being tanky. And, oh, here we go. Agent S getting semi-ganked by Shifter and TikTok on the clock. I think that's pretty darn smart by TikTok coming in here. Using a burnout, you can get there quite fast, and you don't need to stun anyone. You just need to slow them down. And because you have that red buff, that's entirely possible. You waste that spell shield from Shyvana, and you are able to push very, very hard on her and do a lot of damage. It's actually, she's used 2 of her potions already, whereas Vladimir has just used 1, and that's it. That is not too much for them. For her, the 1 potion difference can be quite a lot, especially when Vladimir can continue pushing like he wants to be pushing. Corky uses that Q, gets shielded so the buckshot doesn't do too much damage. And here we go, Canadian's waiting here, as is TikTok on the clock, Enough taking so much damage, flashes away to try and get out of here. Will he be able to? No, Nunu gets the first blood. Canadian's so aggressive with this Nunu, exactly how you want to see Nunu played, because Nunu, he doesn't really do too good if you're playing passively, because his spell set, like, he doesn't really clear camps too fast. He can clear individual camps really fast thanks to that consume, but he cannot clear like the full camps. That's why, and this is kind of an off-topic thing. I've seen, I watch a lot of high elo games. I specifically like to focus on games with players that I think are quite good. And one of the players I was watching, I can't remember his exact account name. He's about a 2.2k, 2.3k ELO player playing some solo/duo queue. He picks Nunu, and it seems every time he plays Nunu, he decides to go for one specific item that kind of blew my mind at first. He goes for the Ionic Spark because it allows him to clear those camps super fast. So when he goes to invade, he can even fully clear the camp because his auto attacks are so strong and so fast because of Blood Boil that he's just constantly proccing the Ionic Spark, which allows him to really start to get ahead because he's also getting all that extra gold now instead of just like getting the big Wraith or the big Wolf. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. It also adds to his tankiness, gives him 250 health. I don't think we're going to see anything like that. Usually what you want to do on Nunu, get yourself 2 GB5s, and then, of course, get yourself that Oracles. Get it pretty early because you can escape from almost anything as Nunu. You have your Blood Boil, which gives you a lot of movement speed, and then you also have that Ice Blast, which allows you to make sure that you're going to slow down your opponents if they're chasing you down, which I think is really important. And here we go, Shifter and Agent S going at it when TikTok comes in, and Canadian's right behind him. Canadian seems to be on top of the ball in this game and in the last game. The flash forward from Agent S. I think that was a little bit of a mistake there. Chasing down Shifter, but still not able to do exactly what he wanted there. Like, that was almost a pointless flash. It was just something you did not want to see because she has already used her binding. She can't just use that immediately, right? Like, it's not one of those spells that just instantly resets. Samuel down here, he is auto-attacking, all that kind of cool stuff, trying to take down this turret. If they can take down this turret really fast, then Samuel and his support, Sona, Vintage, Daring, can really start to roam a lot and have greater dragon control in my mind, because the more aggressive you are here and the faster you push down that tower, the faster you're going to be able to get to push your opponent underneath their second turn. Oh no, Inox getting caught by that double ultimate from these two guys. So vicious. Agent S roaming up top there, hopping in along with Kennen. As I was saying, like, those two, like, together, those two are just ridiculous strong. You get that binding off, or you get the Kennen ult off, and then you're not getting away. Not at all, because the Kennen ult stuns you, and then after that you get binded, and then you get ultimated from Morgana at the same time, and you also get pooled. You're taking so much damage there, you're just gonna die. It doesn't matter who you are, unless you are literally a Negatron cloak. That's it. That's the only thing that's getting away from that. And even then, the auto attacks from Kennen are pretty vicious. So the blue team is pushing very hard here on this turret. I was trying to say before that if you are pushing down these turrets down early with the plan of going for dragons fast, then I think it's a really good idea to do exactly what I just said, because what you want to do, push that turret down push the creeps, and yes, your opponents will get the creeps, but now you have control of their bottom dragon. You can go ahead, get that early advantage by getting the dragon plus the turret. That's a lot of gold right there. Your opponent can farm, but when your entire team's getting fed along with that, because that's what, 260 gold right there, 150 from the turret and 190 from the dragon, you're feeling pretty damn good about yourself. Your entire team, 260 gold extra, that's like 4 wards, not really, that's 2 wards and a bit, 3 wards, I mean, 3 wards and a bit of gold, which, it's not that much, but when everyone is buying wards, which is exactly what you should be doing, I mean, look at that, you see on the blue team, they have 4 wards already across 3 players. That's pretty sick. The right team doing somewhat the same thing. They're trying to, at least. TikTok and McClock going for this blue buff. He's trying to get it now and like keep that experience going into him, because he has been kind of falling behind. Nunu has been ganking a lot, getting super aggressive. It is 32 CS versus 51 in the jungle. Nunu able to steal some of the bigger stuff though, and Nunu also does have a kill, so you're going to start to see him come ahead because he does have those double GP5s. Double GP5s gives you a lot of extra gold as well. It's just a really nice position to be in as a Nunu, or as any kind of seemingly, like, Nunu almost doesn't rely too much on items. You know, his skill set and his item set is so good that even just having those double GP5s is gonna like just start putting them ahead. And those GP5s build some really sick items, like the Shirelias. They build into the Randuins. Both those are really strong. I mean, you can go for something silly like going for a Cage's Lucky Pick as well to give yourself the attempt to go to the G or DFG, but you're probably not going to see that too much. Mainly because if you're going for the DFG, you're going to have a lot more ability power along with it, and most of the time, like as a jungler, you aren't gonna need to do that. Uh-oh, here we go. Canadian and Esquire going in hard. Inox immediately kicks him away, but here comes the engage. That lightning strike, slicing maelstrom, or not lightning strike, lightning rush plus strike, slicing maelstrom. It will take him out quite easily. Canadian just waiting around until the correct moment, and he got it hard. One thing I really like to see is that there's a specific reason for them applying this much pressure. And, oh, okay, the red team gets dragon. That's fine, but then the blue team got the top turret, plus a kill there. Kenan's getting more fed, as is Nunu. So the reason I think that they're focusing all their pressure top, is that they know that if Inox gets fed, he's going to be a beast. You know, you do not want to let him snowball at all. We talked about this before. He's played just super snowbally champions that can do mad amounts of work. So if he doesn't get to that stage, then the rest of the team's going to do pretty well. And oh my god, the blue team's actually just straight up trying to push this down. TikTok and McClock hopping forward. They're trying to get Esquire. It's so close to being dead. There we go. TikTok and McClock gets that. But the turret's going to go down, which I think is the biggest thing. Now, it's not just one turret being given up for Dragon. It's 2 plus, you know, you're getting, oh my god, you're getting so far ahead. Like, the blue team is playing really damn well when it comes down to this. And they're really working on this whole, hey, we really don't want you guys to get ahead kind of idea, so to speak. Inox secures that kill, so they get 2 kills plus a dragon versus 2 towers. That is scary. Shifter flashes away because he does not want to be followed up from Agent S's ultimate there. Shifter can come forward, do stuff like that, use that EQ combo there, but I mean, the black shield is just going to be so powerful at stopping that from happening. So right now, 2 towers down top, 1 tower down bottom. The blue team doesn't have the greatest dragon control. They just lost that one because they had 2 people top trying to kill Inox, but they managed to make up for that by getting double towers in a row, which is really going to push that out. I mean, you could say that, oh, Inox is not going to be able to get fed, but as I said before, you're just going to have greater control of your enemy's jungle if you are pressing that far forward. You can now go ahead, start warding that up like crazy. Get yourself an oracles, run around, have real great map control. We're going to have to see whether or not that ends up happening. I mean, it's kind of scary to do. Oh, there we go. Canadian gets the, does have the oracles now. Looks like he might be building up to a Shirelias, I think, because he is getting that rubies thingamajig. And most of the time, you're only getting that if you're building up to Shirelias along with your Philosopher's Stone. Also going to be building Mercury Treads. I think that's pretty standard. Sometimes, and this is pretty rarely, you're going to see Boots of Speed being built on Nunu. I think that's just, they're basically not needed because you have like a built-in Boots of Speed with that Blood Boil of yours. So if you get the Mercury Treads, you can stop any CC from having, like, you know, too sick of an effect, and you can go ahead and go for just continue to run away when you have your oracles up, which is exactly the reason why Nunu is so awesome. Just like 2 items into oracles, or even I don't know, maybe 1 item into oracles sometimes, but it's a little bit less like a little bit less of an option unless your opponents are either really bad or really good. Canadian using that ultimate to try and do something. They're not really getting that off on too many people. Shifter keeping Morgana away from that fight, and it is now 2v, or I think it's 4v4 right now. No, 5v4, because Kenan has come down. They're trying to fight this, and Corki does get caught by that. Oh my god, just getting an insta-gift there. The Sona ulti is whiffed, but Esquire is right here with his ultimate, doing a lot of damage, almost getting another kill there. Now it is 5v4 here, and Agent S does go down. Shifter is here. He does have his, no, he does not have his ultimate. So 4v4 now, and Kenan is using his ultimate. Yun is dead. Inox might be able to get something done there. If he can manage like a sick kick on a Samuel and kick him out of the entire area, or on the Esquire. Oh, as I said, a sick kick. Tic Tac gets the kill there. Inox might be able to make it out of here. No, he will not. I don't think so. Wait, yes, he will. Inox makes it out of there. Pretty brutal. So it looks like that is going to be a kill onto Kenan. Are they going to follow it up? Ooh, the tornado from Lonnie. So impressive there with that knockup, just perfectly timed. I mean, you're going to see most decent supports landing stuff like that. It's just, that was a really nice tornado. Corki in the mid lane is now poking versus Graves, who has not died yet. He's 0-1, 119 CS versus 112 of Corki. So he's doing pretty damn well. Corki going to be building up to that. Thingamajig. What is it called? Building up to the Triforce. My bad. I think that's a pretty decent choice for him to go. Of course, we talk about this every single game. There's a Corki. You can go Bloodthirster. You can go Infinity Edge. You can go Triforce. It's really a matter of, I think it's a pretty big matter of personal preference. TikTok on McClock getting the 3rd blue buff of the game. I don't know if that's exactly. I don't know. I think it's a pretty thin line for me personally. I might want Corki to get that instead. Obviously, I'm not these guys. I'm not at this level of play. I'm not like 2.70 thousand ELO or whatever these guys are. But personally, as Shyvana even, I guess you can spam your double strike, but I mean that's spamming double strike versus having your Corki able to spam his stuff. I think I might want to go more for Corki, especially considering, you know, he is pretty sick on his ability to spam. So now the blue team is, I think they're preparing for Dragon, or at least preparing to bait out Dragon right now. Sitting there, oh, the ward goes down, so they know what's up. Also the preemptive tornado backwards, just to make sure that nothing bad happens. Inox does have quite a bit of items now, double Dorans, and it looks like he might be building up to an Aegis, but Kenan is doing even better. You know, he's 0-2 and 3, but that 3 assists is pretty big. Also has about 30 CS more than Lee Sin, so that should put him quite a bit ahead there. Can have a very strong ultimate if he decides to use that. Almost has the Woda done if he decides to go for that first, or he can go for a Rylai's, of course, which was his pretty much standard thing that he did last game. He went straight from Hextech Revolver into Rylai's. That's pretty much near standard right there. Will of the Ancients isn't as worth it at this point, at least until you already have a big item. And oh, there we go, 2 guys doing the dragon quite fast. So that's the 2nd dragon of the game going for the blue team. Or no, sorry, 2nd dragon of the game going for the blue team, but the 1st dragon that they actually have gotten on their own. Red team got it before, so now it's 4 kills wise, but 4 turrets for the blue team. They have gotten 4 turrets of the enemies down. It's still close for that fact, though. I mean, 2.5k gold difference. When you consider that 4 turrets are down, that's pretty darn impressive. That the CS of the red team is actually that good. suppose we'll just have to see if the turrets or the CS will be the big decider here, given that, you know, you can always get CS, but after you get a certain amount of turrets, like, the only turrets that are going to be going down are yours. Though, obviously, that's like, if you get all the enemy's turrets down, they're pretty much screwed, so I suppose we'll just have to, as I said, as I keep saying, actually, oh, there we go, ultimates to run away. That was so close. As I keep saying, we're just going to have to wait and see, because at this point this game is quite close. You know, 2.7k gold, that's not that much. That's not as much as, you know, you might think. At 20 minutes, that's not even a full big item. That's like half an item, right? That's, you know, well, it's most of a Triforce. Most of a not a Bloodthirster, most of a, yeah, Bloodthirster. I keep thinking BF Sword is Bloodthirster for some reason. Yeah, it's most of a Bloodthirster, most of a Triforce, most of a Abaddon Zethcap, but it's not like the, it's not the end all of the, or not, it's not the end of all the world. It's still a gap you can close. You know, one good team fight and a Baron, one good team fight and a Dragon, one good team fight and a couple towers, and then all of a sudden that's turned around. Hell, I think even one tower and like a kill would turn that around. I don't know though. I'm not exactly sure on that. 150 global gold. 150 times 5 is 800 gold. So I think like 2 towers and a kill, something like that. Either way. Either way. So Samuel and Agent S in the middle lane, pushing a little bit to try and take down turret. Have 3 people there defending. On top of that, Corky's coming around, so he has the option to defend as well. Agent S eating a lot of Shifter's, eating a lot of his harass, which I think is pretty good for the red team. That the Morgana's eating all the harass because she does not have her Zanyas yet, so her team fight isn't going to be as strong as it will be in like another 5, probably not 5 minutes. Let's take a look at the gold counts. 1300 versus, or 1300. Oh, that might be enough. Oh, there we go. The solid engage from Shifter, using that ultimate to try and get everybody damaged. Agent S looks like he will be going down. Samuel gets the kill onto Shifter, however, and they're just keeping the pressure on it. Esquire getting kicked around kind of crazily. And oh wow, it's 4-3 now, and looks like Agent S will be going down. No, she will not. Agent S has stayed alive this entire fight. That is so, like, just insane how she's able to escape solidly there. She does have a lot of mana as well, so she probably will be able to not even be bothered by this. It is like she'll still want to stay here, basically, is what I'm trying to say. She'll push a little bit, and then she'll just keep herself safe. As you can see, she's backing off. She wants to go down, and no, that's pretty much what you want to do safely. You just want to back off, get something safe, and that's about it. So the red team, they have a little bit of a deficit to make up right now. They're 6 turrets behind, which is quite a lot. That is such a huge amount. 6 turrets, that's 6 times 8. What's 6 times 8? What's 8 times 5? That's 4,800 gold. That is huge. I think that's actually mainly where the gold difference is. Along with, you know, the 3 kills extra. So 4,800 gold from turrets, plus 3 kills. That definitely puts them ahead there. And now the blue team can kind of prepare for the Baron dance, whereas the red team's like, oh, we got a ward, we got to get some wards down, make sure they don't go and do Baron. Because the blue team is at that stage where they can do that, especially with a champion like Nunu. You know, they definitely have the potential to be able to do that Baron buff. Take him out quite fast. Nunu and Graves able to clear that out, especially with someone like a Morgana there to peel people off with that binding. Same with the power of, what is her name? Sona. Can now remember the champion name. Casting for way too long today. I think I'm up to like almost 8 hours so far. It's kind of a long time. Samuel clearing out the waves, as is Kennen. Agent is coming around here to try and get a little bit of the jungle minions. So now the only thing available right now for the red team is defense, because their inhibitor is open. It looks like the blue team will either A, be baiting out Baron, or just straight up going to it, because they can definitely bait this. And tick-tock on the clock, getting caught out by everybody there, not using too many ultimates, so close. Nunu doing so much damage, as is Sona. A lot of damage going out right now. Esquire getting booted back. Shipter trying to run away. Inox getting caught out. There we go. Esquire gets another kill. Onto Mr. Leeson. Samuel destroyed a red inhibitor. There we go. So now it's 2-5. 2 champions up to 5. 6-0 for turrets. And 7,000 gold difference. This is pretty scary. Pretty scary stuff. Blue team heading to that Baron because they know they can do it right now. Leeson is still down. Shyvana can come here, but I mean, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? Right? There's nothing she can do really. Not at all. She's pretty much stuck in a situation where they have to give this up, and I think that's like the beginning and the end of the game there. Uh-oh, TikTok when clock gets caught. He's taking a lot of damage and has to fly away. Bye-bye, Mr. Dragon. Bye-bye. Blue team's still there. They have that, they have the Baron buff now, which is definitely something they gotta be happy about. They're gonna be able to push quite easily onto the enemies. 8,000 gold difference. Now that is just way too much. 8,000 gold. That's like 2 Rabadon death caps. That is 2, yeah, that's about it actually. Can't think of too many other items that are above 4k gold. Yeah, not many at all. Actually, I think it's 4.6k. How much is it? I don't know. I mean, I have to look that up on the Googles. Something like that. Actually, no, isn't it 3k? 1600 plus 860 plus 1240. Something like that. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Looks like the blue team is kind of all scattered at this point. You know, they're just gonna try and finish up some of their items that they were going for, going back, getting some more gold. What they'll do is just push now. They'll push mid, or not mid, probably push top, maybe push bottom. I think bottom's actually more likely because they have this open turret. They push down this turret, they are able to then kind of split up where they want to go. They can go top, they can go bottom, especially with Esquire with that teleport. You can see what we saw last game where Esquire decides to go, hey, herp derp, I'm split pushing top, exactly like they're doing right now, and you can't stop me. I'm going to go for that turret. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Inox getting all aggressive. Agent S doing so much damage with that huge ultimate. The Zanya's almost finishes people off. TikTok McClock trying to go on to Samuel. Samuel doing a lot of damage. There we go. Esquire actually gets the kill there. Vintage Striding, whatever, he gets a kill. Canadian gets another kill. And Samuel finishes it up. So there we go. Another kill for Canadian. Ace. Gonna take down this turret. And there's the GG. Excellent game. And where is Josh? I have no idea where he is. Okay, I'm going to try and do something. I'm going to try and exploit it up on my own. Oh, this is interesting. Doing this with my left hand. Okay, guys. So, I've been reminding you all night. There's a $10 RP giveaway on Twitter. Use the hashtag YGOpen and follow AK Gaming or OK Gaming to enter that sucker. Pretty nice little prize for tonight. On top of that, make sure if you are hungry in Edmonton to check out Oodle Noodle. They are delicious. They deliver all over the city. Delivery 780-278-7877. Also, along with that whole Twitter awesome thing, make sure to check out some of our sponsors such as MaxFrag at maxfrag.net, provide Mumble and Ventrilo servers along with some other ones. And remember, over here at OverKlocked Gaming, we do have League of Legends night every Thursday night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. $10 for members, $15 for non-members. And of course, if you are going to watch the stream, make sure to go and check out OK Gaming and all of their cool social media. Twitter.com/OKGaming, Facebook.com/OverKlocked YouTube.com/OverKlocked Edmonton, and Overclock.com. Also, Edmonton Gamers, they're a friend of ours. Follow them at EdmontonGamers.com, Twitter.com/EdmontonGamers, YouTube.com/EdmontonGamers, and Facebook.com/EdmontonGamers.